He said the reason there's so many gay people now is because it's a chemical warfare operation, and I have the government documents where they said they're going to encourage homosexuality with chemicals so that people don't have children.
Really? See, but I think the government wants you to have
Yeah, they
children.
definitely
Like,
do. And I would probably say
yeah,
that the reason that there's more open gayness is because it's more accepted, not because there weren't people
right.
who were gay before.
Right, yeah. Like, everyone had to be in hiding before. Now it's fine for the most part. I mean, there's still fucking assholes who go after people,
Yeah.
but that's gonna be true anywhere. But for the
Yeah.
most part, it's fine if you say you're gay or
Right.
whatever.
Well, yeah. And then 5 years.
And
Oh, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say, and like, I feel like the Roe v. Wade thing is because governments are like, we have to make women pregnant and they have to stay pregnant
Yeah.
because we need
But
children. So they
but
would
did you
never.
see now they're saying that like embryos in Alabama embryos are now considered babies, like frozen
I
embryos, and
saw
it's like
that. Yeah,
so people can't do in vitro fertilization. Like
right.
what is I guess I don't they want all of them implanted or like what is the I don't know what
Yeah,
their
I
like
don't get
goal
it.
is there, but
Right.
if they want people to have kids, they should probably make in vitro like as easy as possible to get because we're all infertile. Like it's like at an
Yeah.
all-time high.
And give like more credits for having children or like give people better benefits. Like there's no reason right now to there's no like thing that's like, oh, it's a good thing to have children right now.
Right.
Everything's cost so much. You have to like work still. You could not really take off even after you give birth. Like people students are dying in the schools because of guns. Like why would you want a child right now?
And they're expensive. It's
Yeah, they're
so
so
expensive.
expensive and you already can't afford to live just yourself. How are
Right.
you gonna afford a child? Like that's what they need to
But I
focus on.
almost think they want people to have kids they can't afford so that they have to work and they have to be a
Yeah,
slave to
a
the
slave to the
system.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do think that's true, but like there's like a fine balance with that though.
Right.
I think they've gone too far where now it's like detriment, like even more detrimental to have
Right.
children.
But they definitely like to try to keep people in poverty.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, I don't understand the Alabama thing. The all the stuff I was reading said like, oh well, are the frozen embryos going to be counted as dependents then? Because you have to like pay to keep them in storage and
Right.
stuff.
Right.
So it's like you can say like, oh, I have 500 dependents on
Yeah,
my
I
taxes or whatever.
mean, why can't an unborn baby be considered a dependent then too? Like, I
Right.
mean, if they're gonna play this game, they better think it through because people are gonna start getting upset.
Yeah.
And you know
Right.
what? I'm just gonna say it. I bet now that they're coming after in vitro, a lot of the pro life conservative women are gonna go back on it because they don't want like if you can't discard an embryo because it's gonna be like genetically like
Right.
disabled or something, are they gonna want to do that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think they went too far, and now
I
they're
think they did.
not
Because
getting what
like,
they want. They're gonna end up not getting what they want and having to double back.
right. Because I think like no one's at in vitro places like protesting.
No, definitely not.
So like yeah, now that it's in the in vitro area, like I don't think that's gonna go over very
No,
well.
because women want to be mothers,
Yeah.
especially when they can't. I think the second a woman is told she's infertile, she wants as many kids as she can possibly have. Like,
Right. That's true. Because it's so expensive to like if
right?
people are doing all this just for the chance
Like,
of
yeah,
having a
the
child,
chance
like
and putting their body through
yeah.
all of the like hormone treatments for egg retrieval and like It's a lot. Like,
Right.
it's not an easy
Yeah.
process, and people, like, do it over and over and over again.
Right. So, I don't think it'll last very long.
No. Um, 5 years later, the gay theory took a turn, and in a rant that has since become a meme and a line on t-shirts, Jones said that he didn't like the government putting chemicals in the water that turned the freaking frogs gay. He said the majority of frogs in most areas of the United States are now gay in 2017, but that had no evidence.
In 2017, I don't know why I thought this was older.
It's my favorite line of all time. The frog.
Didn't people like make songs and stuff?
I
too?
think so. Okay, but frogs are an indicator species, and they're extremely sensitive to chemicals.
Well, yeah. That would make sense. But
Um,
how do you know if a frog's gay?
I don't know.
He can talk to them
Well, maybe they.
in interviews.
And how does he know a majority?
Yeah.
I bet there
He's
is
just
research on it, like seeing if they're breeding or not. Because I guess that would. But do
but they
frogs
could
even
stop
have
breeding 'cause of-
sexuality? Or do.
Right.
Like, I don't think frogs, like. Frogs don't fuck, do
I don't
they?
know. I mean,
they
there
just
are a lot of animals.
lay eggs, and the eggs get. And the eggs get
Right.
fertilized, so, like. What is a gay frog? Like, frogs don't have sexual desire.
Yeah, they just. Okay. let's move on.
Oh. In 1994, a government lab did request funds to pursue the development of a weapon that would turn enemy combatants gay. Though the project was quickly shelved and no such weapon was developed, a 2013 report in Gizmodo notes that the same lab also requested funding for a bad breath bomb, flatulence bombs, and bombs designed to attract swarms of stinging insects to enemy combatants, noting that the gay bomb is certainly the most novel.
Okay. I mean, the stinging insects, I could
Yeah.
understand.
Fart
The other
bomb?
one, that's not really gonna, like, prevent them from fighting still.
Psychological warfare?
Yeah, but, like, bad breath, you fight. Like, you're in the military, you're already dealing with farts and bad breath. I mean, if the fart's bad enough, I guess if it was, like, gas.
And everyone.
Give it some.
Everyone's
I don't
farting.
If everyone's farting. Everyone ate the beans last
Yeah.
night. I think you're just so used to that. Like, it'd have to be like smell warfare. Like, it'd have to be like not a normal fart.
Or
It'd
like
have to be, like, literally
psychological.
something
Like they all just get so sick of smelling farts that they freak out.
that they turn around and
I
go.
think they would just get used
Or-
to it though.
Yeah, you would just get used to it. Also, like, what do they think a gay bomb's gonna do? Like, they're gonna just lay down their weapons and start making out with
Well,
each other?
isn't it also like really proven that like when a bunch of men are confined together that happens anyway?
Yeah,
So
I think
like
so.
in prison
So you
and
don't.
I
Yeah.
think even in the military. Don't
think-
quote me
yeah.
on that.
I mean, that's the
allegedly, but
Yeah, I think so. Because I feel like a lot of men need like an alpha too, or something. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it's not necessarily a relationship, but it's like a sexual relationship. I mean, it can definitely be.
yeah,
But maybe
it's
it's
like a dominance thing.
more yeah, a hierarchy thing. But it definitely happens.
Yeah. One of the few conspiracies that has led to real consequences for Jones is his claim that the 2012 shooting at Sandy Hook that left 26 dead, including 20 children between 6 and 7 years old, was a hoax and that employed so-called crisis actors, and he claimed that the shooting was completely fake and staged in order to promote more restrictive gun control policies. Earlier this year, earlier that year. Families of children who were killed in the shooting sued Jones for defamation, citing comments that he made in an April 2017 broadcast called Sandy Hook Vampires Exposed. 8 families have sued him, claiming that his reports on the massacre have caused them immense personal pain and led his followers to harass them. And after originally calling the shooting a hoax, he later said he believed it really happened, but insisted that the families suing him were agents of the Democratic Party. But, okay. And in that, I don't think I put this in here. In that, lawsuit, his lawyer claimed that what he was doing was method acting or something like that. Like, that it was entertainment, kind of like Tucker Carlson, where it's like, it's not real. And then he got on his show and said, I'm 100% super real. That's bullshit. I would never do, I'm telling you exactly how it is. But then when he got into court, he also said, yes, it's a persona. But
that's still harmful.
And now I said Tucker Carlson, and all I'm going to say is the stuff I've seen of him outside of Fox has been a lot more reasonable, and I kind of agree with some of the stuff he says. I don't know, I've seen a lot where I'm just like, he was definitely playing a role on there. It doesn't mean what he said was right, but
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of online personalities obviously play it up to a character.
Right. A caricature. Unfortunately, we've lost the ability to determine what's fake and what's real. I feel like as a nation, we are just... People believe everything they see on TV. Right. They can't see satire in anything.
That's true.
And then they believe it, and then they go full on it, and we're like, whoa.
Right. Yeah, I think people do have a hard time noticing, if someone's actually being real.
Right, or they're being manipulated.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also did not invent Pizzagate, but Edgar Madison Welch, the self-proclaimed investigator who fired multiple rounds into the kid-friendly DC pizzeria Comet Ping Pong in late 2016, followed Jones on Facebook and listened to his radio show, according to reports at the time, and he was only sentenced to 4 years in prison for that.
That's crazy. So he's out.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And he basically said that Jones made him do it, which... I don't know. Again, ability to decipher fact from fiction, and I don't think he said you need to go shoot these people up, but at the same time, we shouldn't probably... if we know people can't handle this kind of stuff, maybe we shouldn't be putting it out publicly. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But how many other people heard that and didn't go shoot them up, right? I mean, it's...
Right.
I don't know. But the Pizzagate conspiracy theory included baseless claims that Hillary Clinton and her top associates were running a demonic sex trafficking ring inside the pizza shop, and he promoted the theory on his website and on social media. And followers of the conspiracy relied on opaque clues hidden in emails exchanged between Clinton and her campaign chairman, John Podesta, which were stolen by hackers and released by WikiLeaks in the final weeks of the 2016 election. And an indictment obtained by Mueller in July alleged that those emails were obtained by Russian intelligence officers. So maybe don't believe them.
Right, yeah.
But I've also seen or heard a little bit about the emails, and what they were saying didn't make any sense unless it was talking about that. And we know that Clintons were close with Jeffrey Epstein. That's all I'm going to say. We can't deny that Jeffrey Epstein was existing, and maybe it wasn't in this pizza shop, but
Yeah.
There's definitely sex trafficking happening in the government.